So, based on recent studies, it would seem that this video is actually only targeted towards 70% of my main following demographic, right? Why only 70%? It's because only 70% of freaking, uh, you freaking lifters are doing your cardio on a consistent basis. Oh my god, I don't get it. I mean, you're leaving gains on the table, in all honesty. In all freaking honesty. But unrelated to that, whatever. I know the cardio is good for me, so I'm going to do it. No chest day video for today. That's going to go on the Hostile Supplements YouTube channel. So they're gonna have I'm gonna have a couple videos per month going over there. So if you don't want to miss out, make sure you subscribe. Right? Let's see a subscriber boost to the Hostile account. But that chest day was sick. Uh, if you watched the last chest day, which was honestly like a week ago at this point, I think I was saying at the end of it, I sort of tweaked my chest a little to the point where I didn't do chest the next workout, right? Like I got the 4-day split going on, which just repeats, right? So legs, chest, back, arms, and then this 5th day is gonna be legs again, right? So after those 3 days of rest, I definitely wanted to just take another little loop of the split, and seems that I waited just long enough. You know, no discomfort. Started off with Smith machine, doing like three plates into 25 for a solid amount of reps. So keep an eye out for that video. I'm not sure when they'll upload it, but it's just the same style as this one. You know, I recorded it. So, yeah, cardio. One thing that I've been doing for honestly a long time, I was talking about this in the last cardio video too, is, you know, I want to take some caffeine for cardio, right? It's a little bit later in the day today. It's like 11. You know, I slept way in. But, you know, you wake up in the morning, everybody has some coffee or whatnot, you know, get moved around. But I definitely judge people when, you know, they're drinking a Monster or a Rain or any other sort of energy drink, you know, like pre-packaged, individually sealed, every every workout, or I guess if they're doing cardio every day, every cardio session, right? Because the only ingredient that you want for cardio is going to be caffeine, right? Like I'd have no need to take actual pre-workout for cardio, even though it does have caffeine, which I would want, you know, to sort of be awake and energized, right? I don't need fucking citrulline and shit. I don't need a pump. So if the only thing that I want every morning for cardio is caffeine, then guess what? I'm just going to go straight to the source, get some caffeine capsules, right? I've been doing this honestly ever since the beginning of lifting. Well, ever since I started doing like pre-workout and caffeine. That took, you know, a couple of months to get into. So, Hostile Supplements, they've got some little pure caffeine capsules, right? 200 milligrams, which I wouldn't want to exceed that. There's honestly no need, at least, you know, in my opinion. Even for my lifts, like sometimes on a leg day, if, you know, I'll do a scoop of the pre-workout, whatever, which I think, yeah, it's got like 250, 275 grams of caffeine, milligrams. But, you know, sometimes I'll take a caffeine capsule, and after I'm done with hamstrings and I'm getting ready to move on to quads, you know, I'll throw that down just for a little bit of extra energy, right? Because legs is kind of hardcore. But I wouldn't, you know, in terms of caffeine fiends, right? You know, gram of caffeine, getting into DMAA and stuff like that, like stim heads. I think you sort of lose track of the point, right? It's not like getting that really crazy jittery feeling, or I don't know, whatever. I never really get that. You know, I don't do an insane amount of caffeine. It's just not necessary, in my opinion. I think you're trying to feel like you're going crazy in your workout rather than just, you know, making sure your sets are hard and efficient. But unrelated to that, yeah, the caffeine capsules way fucking cheaper. That's another thing that I fucking rip on people for, like drinking a Monster, even just casually throughout the day if they're caffeine dependent, right? If you're doing 3 Monsters a day, dude, it's like $4,000 a year. So not a negligible amount. So cardio, I'm actually getting close to the gym now. My preferred method is going to be the seated bike. Not the one where the pedals are like beneath your butt. I'm talking about the one where you're sort of like in a reclined position and the pedals are, in front of you. Honestly, I just think it's the fucking best method. That could just be me, but what it lets me do is, you know, burn a significant amount of calories, right? Like I can do 300 calories, or at least the machine says 300, in 30 minutes with reasonable ease. Like I'm not dying out of breath. This is low intensity cardio. But for me, the number one benefit is the fact that while I'm doing the seated bike and pedaling, my fucking torso isn't wobbling around, right? Like if you're walking on the treadmill, you're fucking walking, it's kind of a little bit hard to use your phone. But when I go in here, like I've said this before, I don't need to get fucking hyped up. There's no like honestly, the cardio is pretty mindless, right? All I'm going in there to do is sit down and play on my phone for 30 minutes and then get up. So I don't I don't know why you guys think it's so hard, honestly. Doing cardio, I'll get into that later. So let's just get in there, and then we'll skip to when I'm done with it, and do a little bit of cardio pump check talk. God dang it. There we go. So 30 minutes have passed. Slight sweat. It's honestly not that hot in this gym. It's just a YMCA. That metro I've been going to, I don't know if it's like honestly, it doesn't even feel that hot, but every time I go in there, I'm fucking drenched. But let's see how we're looking pumpless. Only a few more weeks of the bulk, and this time I mean it. I know I've been saying that forever, but all right. So I really can't say enough how easy it is to do cardio. Like, and I guess I really can't convey it enough because you guys don't fucking do it. But, you know, all I had to do was sit there and gain and lose 100 trophies on Clash Royale, scroll some TikToks, and, now we get to see what we're looking like. So honestly, this pretty much serves as a torso update. One of these days, I'll bring some shorts. We'll just do like a full physique check. That'll be perfect to compare to like once I start dieting down. But what was I about this? Well, let's just do some poses. I'll think of something else. Honestly, I don't have anything else to fucking say right now. So the plan for tonight. Oh wait, no, yeah, never mind. I do have something to say. So I've got back later tonight. I may go. Actually, honestly, I think I gotta go to the Planet Fitness because they're the only gym that's gonna be open past 6, in my immediate area, right? So let's say you are part of the 30% who do their cardio on on a consistent basis, right? When are you doing it? Because you can do it pretty much. There's 4 situations basically when people are going to do their cardio, right? Ranked from Worst to best, the worst case scenario is going to be you do your cardio right before you work out, right? And let's say you're doing a full 30 minutes each, well, in each scenario, you know. So the guy who's doing 30 minutes on the Stairmaster or the elliptical or the bike, whatever, cardio is cardio at the end of the day. No specific machine is special. The guy who's doing that before his actual, you know, weight training workout, right? Like he comes into the gym, he's drank his pre, and he jumps straight onto cardio before his lift. That's the worst case scenario because all you're doing is you're tiring yourself out before you're trying to exert yourself and try to move as much weight as possible. So all you're really doing is weakening yourself before your workout, right? The whole point of the lift, and how you should schedule your day ideally around it is such that you're relatively fed and you're pretty strong, right? You want to be in a very what's the word? Uncompromised state before your workout, right? That's kind of why I don't like working out right in the morning because I'm kind of stiff from sleeping. I want to get some meals in me first, get a little bit warm just from moving around during the day, and then throw some weight around. So the guy who does his cardio right before the lift, he's burning energy. He's going to be more tired during the lift. He's probably not going to get as good of a pump as he would if he would just do the lift on its own. And, if you're limiting the intensity that you can go in the gym, right, which doing your cardio before your lift would, then you're just limiting your gains, right? Second worst scenario, well, actually, these two are kind of tied. I'm not really sure. But doing your cardio after your workout, right? Like, let's say, I came in, I'm going to do back later. Back will take me, I don't know, 45 minutes or so. And then jump onto the treadmill or the seated bike like I like, 30 minutes. That just doesn't make much sense either. Because after your lift, you don't want to fucking stress your body out more. You've already done that stress very intentionally towards your intended muscle group, right? So what you want to do as soon as possible is get some fucking carbs in your system and go home and chill, right? After I'm done lifting, I don't want to be very physical. I want to just chill out and eat my food and go to bed. So, that's not the best scenario either. Now, going into the gym at night, I've seen a lot of people doing this. Maybe not here, but back when I'm at school. Like they'll do their lift maybe around noon or 3, I don't know, whenever. And then they'll come back at night to do cardio. That just sounds like the same scenario that I just described, doing the cardio right after the lift, right? You're getting ready to go to bed. You don't need to be like spiking your cortisol or getting stressed out, right? Before you go to bed, I want to be nice and chill, right? So the best case scenario for doing your cardio is right in the fucking morning, right? You wake up, for one thing, just a solid way to start your day. You actually do something. And then, you do your cardio, whatever. You're kind of tired, right? You're kind of sweaty. You've done some work. I'm not sure how many calories worth, but 30 minutes, enough where you get a little bit of a sweat going. That's going to be enough. So I would not want to hit back right now. I'm fucking kind of tired. I want some fucking food. So I'm going to go home, eat, chill out, maybe take a nap or something. And then, after a decent interval of time has passed and I've eaten some food, I will have fully recovered from this cardio, right? This was not intense. Like, this is not me coming in here running sprints and like doing burpees. Like, this doesn't take much time to recover from. But I definitely want to recover as much as possible before I actually come back and do my weight training. So if you can fit it in your schedule, best thing you're going to want to do is go to the gym in the morning, get on the bike, whatever. Maybe bring a change of clothes if you don't want to go back home before you go to work. That's just how I feel about the matter. Actually, honestly, the best case scenario, the real best case scenario, is if you have a fucking cardio machine at home, because then you don't have to make a drive. Honestly, that's really where it's at. I've got a little seated bike. It's a little bit more like dainty than this one because these ones are like, for a commercial gym. But I left it at my fucking school apartment because we don't want to get a U-Haul and bring it back home. So if I had that seated bike with me, then on these cardio days, I wouldn't even go to the gym. I would just go down to the basement and pedal, and that'd be the end of it. So let's just get in the car. Let's go home. Well, that was some intense cardio. I really had to dig deep for that. Come on. This shit is easy. I, uh, I mean, in all honesty, it really is. I swear. And it's not, in no way will it hinder you. In almost every way will it benefit you. So, sometimes I'll bring a post-workout shake or something, just for the cardio. Honestly, kind of just for simplicity's sake. I don't mind doing a lot of shakes throughout the day, but instead I just got a little apple juice for the vending machine. 34 grams of carbs straight to the stupid, simple macro tracker. Just honestly, okay, I know how much I don't let this sound like I'm devaluing the importance of cardio, but if you're not going to do your cardio, at least start tracking your macros and, eat in accordance with your goals. You get what I'm saying? If you, yeah, this is a perfect fucking topic. I see so many lifters who just look the same year after year, right? Everybody's got newbie gains. If you go from, no lifting to lifting, right? That first year difference will be very noticeable, very freaking noticeable. You'll be more muscular. Uh, well, I guess that's the main thing. You'll be more muscular. But after that, you can't just go to the gym, hit a lift and then that's the end of it, right? Because you need a little bit more specific stimulation and circumstances to make progress in the long term, right? If you don't ever mess with macros or calories or any shit like that, you're definitely not going to be making legitimate long-term progress. Because then you're just kind of eating whatever. You're not really on track. Some days you might eat like nothing, or some days you might eat way too much if you're trying to lose. That's right. Not tracking your calories is the perfect method to plateauing. You get what I'm saying? If you've been lifting for like a year or so, you're kind of just staying the same shape, not really sticking out too much in the gym. It may not even take that much more effort to differentiate yourself from the lifters around you. You know, not everyone. Okay, this is another. I'll post this poll later today. How many of you guys track your macros? Right. I can guarantee it's going to be a decently low percentage. Probably even less than the amount of you that do cardio. That's my guess, right? So if you're not tracking your calories or your macros, how are you going to look any different than the people around you, right? If you do the exact same shit that everyone else around you does, but you expect to look different or you want to look different or be different, then they just those two situations do not add up. Oh, somebody got pulled over. Fool. Right? Like, I mean, just think about this. If you eat the same way as this guy next to you, and you train the same way as him, and you sleep the same way as him, guess what? You're gonna look the fucking same as him, right? And I'm not trying to say that you have to look better than other people, right? It's not a decently effective motivator in the long term, right? But I'm just trying to say, if you're not putting in more effort than anyone else, then you're not going to get any more results than anyone else. And all it takes is, every time you eat some food, you open up a little app on your phone and you say, oh, 34 grams of carbs, done. A little more complicated than that, but you get what I'm saying, right? So I've said this 100 times. Look up your maintenance calorie calculator on your phone. Plug in your weight and your height and whatever else, and it's going to spit out some numbers. If you want to gain weight, and along with weight training, gain muscle and eat above that number. And if you want to lose weight, burn fat and maintain your muscle, then eat below that number. Right? There's more, tricks and tips to that, but that's as much as I'll get into it now. God dang it.